Hey everyone, Super Sunday this time, especially for all those in India, for all those who are Premier League fans as well. India played Pakistan in the Asia Cup Super Fours. India beat Pakistan in the first game in the group stages, which is a pointless group stage thing. I don't understand the concept of it. It's just increasing games at the same venue in Dubai, which is again absurd to me. But uh, before I go into that, let me introduce everyone here. So I'm Mazhar, your host. I've got Rishabh, Shubham, and Aniket with me. And I'm going to come to you with this, Krishnan. In India batted first, got to 182, which was pretty good. Got off to a flyer of a start with Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul. Obviously, Kohli seems to be back in his full flow, scored another 50, that's back-to-back 50s. Looked good. We tapered off, didn't have the partnerships going on the other end. Everyone kept getting out. And then Pakistan took the game away. Krishnan, your thoughts on how the match played out and your opinion of how it finished?
Honestly, to me, Pakistan has been the better team in both matchups. Even the first game, I would actually argue Pakistan as an overall unit played better than us, especially when we look at their bowling in the first game. So honestly, I think Pakistan deserved to win this game. I want to give a huge amount of credit to Pakistan's. Now, I know everyone's going to make fun of me for this, but hear me out. Pakistan's overall fielding. I know everyone's going to crap on that last Fakhar Zaman. For context, everyone, the last two balls of India's innings, Fakhar Zaman ends up misfielding a ball that goes for one, should have been 1 run, goes to the boundary. Last ball drops a catch that also goes to the boundary. Barring that,
he pushed it for a four.
he literally volleyed it further. But other than that, we've so notoriously crapped on Pakistan for their fielding. They have genuinely evolved so brilliantly as a fielding unit. I want to give them a lot of credit. They're running around the field. They're catching generally pretty well, barring those last two balls. So I think just overall massive credit to them. And they've shown in every single game they've played, they've been very smart. Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam, and Fakhar Zaman set up the innings. They just make sure they don't lose more than 2-3 wickets. They get themselves with like 7 to 8 wickets in hand by the 14th over. And then they just kind of completely launch into the bowling. India, frankly, didn't have too many answers. The one thing I will say in India's defense, we are using this as a bit of a means to select for the T20 World Cup. So we're not playing our, ultimate squad. Having said that, there were some massive mistakes, Maz. I'll hand it to you to talk about the Arshdeep Singh absolute dolly of a catch that he dropped. I cannot believe he dropped that catch. And the second thing that I think you called on, the good news for India, Virat Kohli back in form. That's a really another, good piece of news for us. I will say, credit to him, he's just sticking in there. In every single innings, he's just found a way to stick in. But I think you've noticed he's not gotten into a full flow as yet. And even today, we looked at the 20th over when he was batting. He could not get the ball away. I think we only got, I think, like 10 runs of the over, again, mostly due to Fakhar Zaman's screw up at the end. But he's really struggled to still get the ball away. But credit to him, at least he's finding a way to just stick in there and get runs going. But disappointing game for India. But it's hard to not say Pakistan, it'd be harsh to say Pakistan didn't deserve that game. They played really, really well. A good all-round performance with the bat and the ball. And Mohammad Rizwan is really turning up for them in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Asif Ali's direct hit run out, one stump to aim at from the deep to get Kohli run out was, I mean, even he couldn't believe it, to be honest. But you're right, Krishnan. Pakistan have been, I think, the team to beat in T20s in general. And it's a good learning curve for India. Arshdeep's reaction is what triggered me with the drop catch. You could see Rohit was giving him the death stare. Bishnoi didn't know what to do, so even he laughed. But I think Hardik's performance, he let himself down as well. That dolly catch that he gave to the fielder and got out on the second ball, that cost India the game. Even Rishabh Pant playing such a foolish shot. I thought he's done with all that. Bad decision making cost India, and yeah, I guess move on and let's see what happens. I'm still going to assume that it's going to be an India-Pak final. Sri Lanka look out of sorts, but Sri Lanka celebration, Chamika celebration against Bangladesh doing the Nagin, credit where it's due. I love that.
I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised that we got to a 180. Uh, Again, I don't mean this in a bad way. Like, top three hasn't fired like in succession for a bit, right? Like, I don't think I've seen like a dominant T20 performance from India in a while. So I wasn't expecting much. And we don't have, uh, you know, an incisive bowling attack. It's just a meh bowling attack. Like, we're like, okay, we bowl. Some of us bowl fast. Some of us bowl with some zip, but that's okay. Like, nothing special. Like, and I think our most key weapon in Jaddu wasn't playing, so doesn't really help our chances. I was kind of surprised when we got to 180. I'll be honest, I wasn't watching the game. I saw the score and I was like, okay, fine, looks good. But I think it seems a lot of bottling happened in the in the bowling, because, or maybe I think where when I saw like a 130 with not too many wickets, uh, I kind of felt like these guys are going to take the game away. And Krishnan has mentioned Rizwan. I think he's really done his homework. Someone shown him how Barcelona hounds the referees, so he keeps appealing like he's uh,
That's just a
Busquets.
Pakistan wicketkeeper thing. Okay, now
He's
never mind.
Busquets at his prime, complaining to the ref. I was like, bro, how much this like he has appealed after the wicket has been given, new batsman is in, and the first ball hasn't been bowled. Until then, he appealing. I'm like, bro, tone it down. It's okay. You got the
Anyway,
decision.
but the thing is with Pakistan, they need to figure out their cramps things. They waste most time in that. I think India missed the over 8 because of all their cramping bullshit.
Exactly. I don't understand. So they still deserve the game and all that, but I don't understand at what point them stopping, Rizwan continually stopping affects our over 8, which is why we couldn't have an extra outfield on the last over. They needed 7 runs of the last over. It wouldn't have made a difference. But I don't understand the rule.
And amateurish umpiring, I'm going to keep critiquing the Asia Cup umpiring. But